Hey everybody, it's great to have you meeting together and discussing this message. And as I'm preparing to give this message, it's been a powerful passage. So I encourage you to read through this passage time and time again. But really what we talked about was that our main problem in life is not an information problem. Otherwise, the solution would just be to know more. Right? And our main problem is also not just a lack of willpower, although we do have a lack of willpower, but otherwise Jesus' solution for us would just be to try harder. Our problem is also not just that we have a morality problem, although of course we all know we do. If that were the problem, the solution would just be to do better. You know, as I think about that, all of those things are very natural to us. All those solutions would be very natural. There are very human answers to problems. I mean, if you think about it, whenever you want to know something, when you realize you don't have enough information, what do? You Google it, right? In an attempt to know more. And when you realize a lack of willpower, you try harder. That's the natural thing that humans do. And when you find a lapse in morality or mistakes that you've made, you go and you work hard at doing better. That is the way of the world. And that's what Paul is getting at when he's saying, don't live like the Gentiles. That's the way everybody does it. And we have brought that into even the way we practice religion, even the way that we live out our faith in Jesus. We bring in these attempts to just know more, to just try harder, and just to do better. But those aren't the solutions that Jesus is offering. He's offering us his truth, the truth, and he's offering us the Spirit. And so this is where I want you as your group to talk through, first of all, before you even get to the real solutions, talk through how we go about that, how in our Christian life we go about living out the ways, that we answer every other question. How is it that in the way that we've grown up in the church, that it tends to be about knowing more, about trying harder, and about doing better. And why is that? And how can we break that? And then I want you to really get into the question, how can we as a group, how can I personally live out this Jesus-y truth? How can we make it more the way that Jesus did, with the heart of Jesus, understanding not just the things that he said, but how he did it and the way he did it with his heart. That's what Jesus-y truth is. And then as an individual, maybe as a couple or a family, or even as a small group or church, what are ways that we can listen, become more sensitive to the Spirit's leading? How can we learn to follow his lead well? If you guys can figure out those things and you guys can talk that through, I think you're going to take some great steps. And this is the process. This is a learning process that we're all in. I want to learn how to do those things better. And I want to encourage you as you encourage me. And let's do this thing together. All right? Thanks so much. Take care.